My name is Brett Golden. I will be teaching history. I have a Bachelor of Arts in History from Wichita State University and am working on obtaining my Master's in History from Grand Canyon University. This video will be going over communication between adult learners and instructors, as well as some of the challenges and possible ways to overcome these challenges. And finally, de-escalating conflicts between students and between students and instructors, and how communication can be helpful to students and help with the class environment. Effective communication strategies can include adjusting to your audience. Make sure that you're talking in a way in which students can understand, as well as treating them as an adult. Being able to listen as well as speak will help the students feel that they are being heard and will help establish a much better relationship between the students and the instructor. If students feel they are heard, they're more likely to be respectful and receptive to what you are saying. And then be clear about what you are saying. Don't be musing over a topic or use vague language, as these will lead to confusion for students who think that what you are musing about is what you actually want, even though it may not be so. Possible challenges, tying back to the being clear about what you're saying, is miscommunication. Students can believe that they understand an assignment, but in fact do not. Just because you believe it is written out in a clear way does not mean that the students will interpret what you have written to be what you wanted it to say. A student can read it and think that they understand it, and they will not. So making sure that they understand what's going on is very important. And then people being defensive over what was said versus what was perceived. People can take offense at what they believe someone meant when they said something, even if that is not what, in fact, they meant. This is part of just interpretation being clear about what you are saying. And those are how to overcome the challenges is being clear, going into detail for students when giving them an assignment, showing examples so they can draw from that and use that in their own work. And then, yeah, being clear about what you say, avoid using language that can be misinterpreted. So to de-escalate conflict between students and a instructor and students can be to identify what the conflict is, attempting to clarify why both sides have a different interpretation. If a student is having an issue with an assignment that they believe was, say, graded unfairly or that they do not agree with the premise of, try to figure out why they are disagreeing with what you are requesting for them to do and see if you can just clarify what's going on. And then separating emotion from the disagreement is very helpful. Most of the time, a disagreement is not going to be a personal one, especially in a college and academic setting, but emotions can be brought in, and that does make it personal. So if you can avoid bringing in emotion, bringing in your own personal feelings, that will help keep the relationship good, even though there is that disagreement. And then how communication can actually help students and help with the classroom environment is that it will help them understand what they're required to do for the class. It can help with future networking when they're attempting to get a career, as they will know what is required of them in certain fields. And it will also force them to work with others, which they will probably have to do when they do get a career or get a job. Rarely are you going to be working entirely by yourself. You're going to need to be able to work with people who are above you, people who are your peers, and then it can help them learn what kind of communication is appropriate for what times. When to use more formal language, when it's okay to joke around, stuff like that. Very important for the real world and in academics. All right, and I believe that is it. So thank you.